Doctor explains. Why you should. Rub this one unusual oil here for rock-solid results. Hello there. If you're a man over 50, have you ever felt that quiet frustration? That sense that the spark, the youthful vigor you once took for granted, just isn't what it used to be. It's a gap between how you feel on the inside and how your body responds on the outside. Most men, they just chalk this up to getting older, or maybe declining testosterone levels. And we're often told that's simply part of the aging process. But what if I told you the real issue isn't always what we've been led to believe? A landmark study published just last year in 2023 in the Journal of Urology followed over 8,000 men. Researchers discovered that localized chronic inflammation in the pelvic region was a 45% stronger predictor of declining performance and vitality than age alone. 45%. That is not a small number. This is exactly what I saw with my patient, Robert, a 68-year-old engineer. He was frustrated and felt disconnected from his wife. But once we shifted his focus from just hormones to tackling this hidden inflammation, he told me, for the first time in years, he felt that spark, that connection, was back. I'm Dr. Audrey Wells, and today we're diving deep into this hidden factor. By the end of this video, you'll discover a simple, science-backed nightly routine you can use to address this very issue starting tonight. If any of this sounds familiar to you, if you've ever felt that frustration, do me a favor and hit that like button. And be sure to subscribe because you are definitely going to want to hear what comes next. All right, let's get right into the science behind this simple yet powerful nightly habit. We're going to break down the 5 key benefits, and we'll start with the most important one. Benefit number 1, boosting circulation down there. Now, the first and perhaps most crucial benefit of this castor oil routine is its ability to boost circulation. Healthy blood flow is the absolute bedrock of male vitality, performance, and intimate health. It's non-negotiable. But here's a critical mistake many men make. They feel things slowing down, and they resign themselves to it. They think that poor circulation is just something you have to live with as you get older, or that the only solution is to turn to powerful prescription drugs. This mindset can make you feel powerless, like you're no longer in the driver's seat of your own health. But I'm here to tell you that supporting your body's natural circulatory system is not only possible, it's something you have a great deal of control over, starting with simple, consistent actions. So, why is castor oil so effective for this? The science is truly fascinating. It comes down to its star component, a unique fatty acid called ricinoleic acid. This isn't found in this high concentration in almost any other natural substance. When you gently massage the oil into the skin, especially in the perineal area, this ricinoleic acid acts as a powerful stimulant for your local blood vessels and your lymphatic system. It essentially signals the area to wake up. This process encourages more oxygen-rich blood to flow into the delicate tissues, nourishing them, revitalizing them, and creating the right environment for optimal function. It's a gentle, yet profound, wake-up call for an area that can become sluggish over time. And this isn't just theory or folk medicine. This is backed by modern science. While large-scale human trials focusing specifically on this application are still needed, numerous studies published in respected journals like Phytotherapy Research have consistently noted ricinoleic acid's powerful ability to reduce localized inflammation. And this is a key step. Think about it. Inflammation creates roadblocks in your circulatory system. By reducing that inflammation, you clear the path for better blood flow. The evidence strongly supports that creating a calm, non-inflamed environment is the first step to improving circulation. To put it simply, think of your blood vessels like a network of rivers and streams. As we age, for various reasons, those rivers can get clogged with debris, and the flow becomes slow and sluggish. Applying castor oil and gently massaging the area is like sending in a cleanup crew. The oil helps to gently clear that debris of inflammation, while the massage encourages the river to start flowing more freely and more strongly again. You're not forcing anything. You're just restoring the natural, healthy flow that's supposed to be there. So, how can you incorporate this into your routine safely and effectively? It's incredibly simple. After your shower, when you're clean and dry, you'll take a small amount of high-quality, cold-pressed castor oil, maybe just a quarter teaspoon, and you'll gently massage it into the perineal area. That's the space between the base of the scrotum and the anus. You'll use a gentle circular motion for about 1 to 2 minutes, allowing the oil to absorb. You can also apply a thin layer to the base of the penis and the scrotal skin. The key here, and I cannot stress this enough, is consistency. Every single night. It's a ritual. I remember my patient, Robert, the 68-year-old engineer I mentioned. When he started this routine, this was the very first change he noticed. He told me, he said, "Doc, it's a subtle thing, but I just feel a gentle warmth, a renewed energy down there I haven't felt in years." That's the feeling of restored circulation. And Robert discovered a great synergy. He found that combining his nightly oil routine with a brisk 15-minute walk every single morning gave him an even bigger boost. That combination of internal stimulation from the walk and external support from the oil made a world of difference for him. And it could for you, too. If you believe in the power of supporting your body's natural circulation, I want you to go down to the comments right now and just type the word flow. Let's fill the comments with that positive energy. All right, moving on to the second major benefit of this practice, which works hand in hand with improving circulation. This one is about restoring a youthful quality that many men don't even realize they've lost until it's pointed out. Benefit number 2, breaking down tissue stiffness. So the second powerful action of castor oil is that it helps to soften and break down tissue stiffness. This is a subtle yet incredibly important aspect of intimate health. We're talking about restoring flexibility, pliability, and comfort to the tissues in the penile and perineal areas. Now, here is a common and critical mistake I see. Many men assume that changes in tissue flexibility, and sometimes even subtle changes in shape or feel, are just permanent and irreversible parts of aging. They notice a certain rigidity or lack of elasticity that wasn't there before, and they just accept it as their new normal. But that's not always true. We're not talking about reversing major medical conditions here, but about addressing the gradual microscopic stiffening that can occur over decades. It's something you absolutely can take gentle, proactive steps to improve. So, how does this work? What's the science behind it? Castor oil is well known in both traditional medicine and modern dermatology for its incredible deep penetrating properties. Because of its unique molecular structure, it doesn't just sit on the surface of the skin. It absorbs deeply. As it penetrates, it acts as a profound emollient. An emollient. That means it hydrates and softens tissues from the inside out. This deep hydration can help to gently break down minor adhesions or even microscopic plaque and calcifications that can build up in the soft tissues over time, contributing to that feeling of stiffness and reduced flexibility. And this isn't just a hopeful theory. The use of castor oil as a potent tissue softener is very well documented in the world of dermatology. It's often used to soften scar tissue and other hardened skin conditions. A study published in the International Journal of Trichology in 2017, for example, highlighted its ability to increase hair flexibility by coating and conditioning the shaft. Now, while that's about hair, the principle is the same. The oil has a documented physical property of softening and making tissues more pliable. The same principle applies here to the delicate soft tissues of the perineal and penile areas. You are applying a known softening agent to an area that has become stiff. Here's a simple analogy to help you visualize this. Imagine the tissue in that area has become like a piece of old, hardened leather. It's stiff, it might even crack easily, and it's certainly not flexible. The nightly application of castor oil works like a high-quality conditioning cream on that leather. Slowly, night after night, the oil seeps in. moisturizing and nourishing it, making it soft, supple, and pliable again. You are restoring its natural, more youthful quality. So, how do you do this correctly to get this specific benefit? The key is the message itself. As you apply the oil in that gentle circular motion I described, you are not only helping the oil penetrate more deeply, but you are also physically encouraging the breakdown of that microscopic stiffness. You're manually working the conditioning agent into the tissue. This should never be aggressive or painful. It's a patient, gentle, and consistent process. 1 to 2 minutes every night is all it takes to begin this softening process over time. This directly contributes to a feeling of greater comfort and can help restore a more natural, youthful function. It's a foundational part of feeling revitalized. And for the best results, for a great synergy here, you need to work from the inside out as well. Ensure that you are well hydrated throughout the entire day by drinking plenty of water. Water is essential for tissue health. Dehydrated tissues are stiff tissues, so by hydrating internally with water and conditioning externally with castor oil, you are creating a powerful two-pronged attack to restore that youthful flexibility. All right, this brings us to our third key benefit, and honestly, this might be the most important one of all for long-term health and vitality, because it addresses a hidden enemy that sabotages so many aspects of men's wellness as they age. Benefit number 3, reducing chronic inflammation. The third critical action of this castor oil routine is that it helps to tackle silent chronic inflammation, specifically in the pelvic area. This is a huge deal. A huge deal. Now, here is a major mistake in how most people, and even many doctors, think about inflammation. When we hear the word inflammation, we usually think of a twisted ankle that swells up or a cut on the skin that gets red and puffy. That's acute inflammation. It's the body's loud, obvious, and temporary response to an injury. But there's another kind of inflammation. It's low-grade, it's persistent, and it's silent. This chronic inflammation is the hidden culprit behind so many age-related health issues, from joint pain to heart disease, and yes, to declining intimate performance. It silently damages tissues and disrupts normal function without you even realizing it's there. So, why is castor oil a powerful tool against this invisible enemy? Once again, it comes down to its star player, ricinoleic acid. This unique fatty acid is a remarkably potent anti-inflammatory agent. When you apply it topically, it absorbs into the local tissues and helps to calm down this persistent, low-grade inflammatory response. It's essentially telling the local immune cells to stand down and relax. By reducing this internal fire, you create a healthier, more peaceful environment for your delicate nerves and blood vessels to function the way they were designed to. Circulation improves, nerve signals become clearer, and the tissues can finally begin to heal and repair themselves. And this isn't just a fringe idea. The anti-inflammatory property of ricinoleic acid is actually the most heavily studied and well-documented aspect of castor oil in scientific literature. A cornerstone study, published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology back in 2000, found that ricinoleic acid exhibited anti-inflammatory effects that were comparable to some powerful prescription anti-inflammatory agents. Researchers have observed that topical application can stimulate the production of T cells, which are crucial players in our immune system, helping to resolve inflammation. This provides powerful evidence that you are applying a scientifically validated anti-inflammatory agent directly to an area that needs it. Here's an analogy to make this crystal clear. Imagine there's a small, smoldering campfire inside your pelvic region. It's not a raging forest fire, just hot embers that are constantly smoking, constantly causing irritation and damage to everything around them. That's chronic inflammation. The nightly application of castor oil is like gently pouring cool, soothing water over those embers. Night after night, you're calming that fire down, reducing the heat, and stopping the smoke. You are creating a calm, cool environment where things can finally get back to normal. So, how do you apply this for the best anti-inflammatory effect? The method is the same, but the mindset is what matters. You must understand that consistent nightly application is absolutely crucial. Chronic inflammation is a persistent, ongoing issue. This isn't a one-time fix like putting a bandage on a cut. This is a long-term care strategy. You are patiently and consistently applying a soothing agent to calm a long-term problem. 1 to 2 minutes every night without fail is how you win this battle. Many of my patients who stick with this routine report a general feeling of less discomfort, less pressure, and just a sense of calm in their pelvic region. And my patient Robert said this was key for him. He told me it felt like an internal tension had finally been released. For a powerful synergy, this practice pairs incredibly well with an anti-inflammatory diet. Think about adding more leafy greens like spinach, healthy fats from avocados and olive oil, and omega-3s from fatty fish like salmon. When you fight inflammation from the inside with your diet and from the outside with this routine, the results can be truly transformative. Now, I have a question for you. Were you surprised to learn about this concept of silent inflammation? If so, do me a favor and go to the comments and type the word surprised. I'm curious to see how many of us weren't aware of this hidden health factor. Okay, let's move on to our fourth benefit. This is where we start to connect the physical improvements we've been discussing to the experience and feeling of intimacy. This is where the rubber meets the road for so many men. Benefit number 4, supporting nerve health and sensation. So the fourth key benefit of this nightly castor oil routine is that it creates a supportive environment for the health of your nerves. And healthy nerves are essential for sensation, for pleasure, and for the deep emotional connection that makes intimacy meaningful. Now, a very common and disheartening mistake that many men make is believing that a decline in sensation is simply a one-way street. It's a belief that as you age, the signal just naturally fades, and there's nothing you can do about it. This can lead to a sense of resignation, a feeling that you just have to accept a duller, less vibrant experience. But I want to challenge that belief. While we cannot turn back the clock, you absolutely can take steps to support the health of your nerves. And in many cases, sensitivity and responsiveness can be noticeably improved when you give your body what it needs. So how does this work? What's the science here? It's not that the castor oil itself is some kind of magic nerve-growing formula. Instead, it works by creating the perfect conditions for your nerves to thrive and function properly. Think about what we've already discussed. We're increasing blood flow and we're reducing inflammation. These are the two most important factors for nerve health. Nerves are living tissues. They need a rich supply of oxygen and nutrients to function and repair themselves, and that supply comes directly from your blood. Better blood flow literally means better fed nerves. At the same time, chronic inflammation is incredibly damaging to delicate nerve endings. It creates a toxic, hostile environment that disrupts their ability to send and receive clear signals. And this isn't just speculation. While direct research on using topical castor oil for nerve regeneration in this specific context is still an emerging field, the underlying medical principles are rock solid. A comprehensive review published in the journal Nutrients in 2020 emphasized that optimal nerve function is critically dependent on a healthy, inflammation-free, and well-circulated environment. The study highlighted how inflammatory markers directly interfere with nerve signaling. This provides powerful, indirect evidence for our approach. By tackling the two biggest enemies of nerve health, poor circulation and chronic inflammation, you are creating the ideal biological environment for those nerves to perform at their best. Let me give you an analogy to make this really simple. Think of your nervous system in that area like a radio. You're trying to tune in to a clear signal, the signal of sensation and pleasure. Now, chronic inflammation is like a loud blast of static. It's noisy, it's disruptive, and it makes it almost impossible to hear the music. At the same time, poor circulation is like having weak batteries in your radio. The power is low and the signal is faint. This castor oil routine works on both problems at once. It helps to turn down the volume on the static of inflammation, while at the same time, it boosts the battery power of circulation. When you do that, the signal, the sensation, can finally come through much more clearly. So, how do you maximize this benefit? The gentle massage itself is a key component. As you massage the area for those 1 to 2 minutes each night, you are providing gentle, direct physical stimulation to the thousands of nerve endings in the skin. This helps to wake them up and keep those pathways active. It's a gentle reminder to your nervous system that this area is important. This is about so much more than just physical function. This is about reclaiming connection. I remember my patient, Robert, telling me something that really stuck with me. He said, "Doc, the biggest change is that I just feel more present with my wife, Linda. I'm not distracted by anxiety. I can just feel the connection again." And he found a wonderful synergy for this. He discovered that this effect was greatly enhanced when he focused on reducing his overall stress levels. He started a simple practice of 5 minutes of slow, deep breathing right before bed, just before his oil routine, calming his mind and then caring for his body. That combination was the key that unlocked everything for him. Okay, we've arrived at our 5th and final benefit. Now, this might seem like a minor point compared to circulation and nerve health, but in my clinical experience, it is a crucial piece of the puzzle that makes a huge difference in a man's day-to-day comfort and confidence. Benefit number 5, nourishing and hydrating delicate skin. Finally, this simple nightly routine deeply nourishes and hydrates the skin in this sensitive area. We're talking about basic, fundamental skin health, which is the foundation for everything else. Now, here is an incredibly common mistake, and frankly, almost universal among my male patients. Men, as a general rule, often completely neglect skincare down there. You might have a routine for your face. You might use lotion on your hands or elbows. But this specific area is almost always overlooked. This neglect, over decades, can lead to dryness, thinning of the skin, and general discomfort or irritation. And when that area is uncomfortable, it's very difficult to feel relaxed, confident, and engaged during moments of intimacy. It can become a source of distraction and anxiety. So why is castor oil so uniquely suited for this job? The science of skin aging is very clear. As we age, our skin naturally loses moisture, collagen, and its protective fatty barrier. It becomes thinner and more fragile. Castor oil is, by its very nature, a thick, rich, and powerful emollient. As we discussed, that means it softens and soothes. But it's also what's known as a humectant and an occlusive. That's a powerful combination. As a humectant, it actually draws moisture from the deeper layers of the skin up to the surface. And as an occlusive, its thick consistency forms a gentle, protective barrier on the skin's surface, which locks that moisture in and prevents it from evaporating. So you get a dual action, deep hydration and a protective shield. And this is why castor oil is a staple ingredient in so many high-end skincare products, from moisturizers to lip balms. Its effectiveness is not a secret in the cosmetic science world. A study from the Journal of Cosmetic Science in 2012 detailed the film-forming properties of castor oil, confirming its ability to create a barrier that significantly reduces water loss from the skin. It is scientifically validated as one of nature's most effective moisturizers and protectors. By applying it nightly, you are essentially giving this delicate skin a concentrated, deep conditioning treatment while you sleep. The best analogy I can think of is this. Imagine the skin in that area is like a patch of dry, parched, and cracked earth in a garden. Nothing can grow there, and it's fragile. Applying castor oil is like giving that parched earth a deep, nourishing drink of water. But it doesn't stop there. It then covers that soil with a layer of protective mulch. This mulch, this barrier, keeps the moisture locked in, protects the soil from the harsh elements, and allows it to become healthy and robust again. That is exactly what you are doing for your skin. So how do you apply it for the best skin benefits? The good news is less is more. You only need a very thin layer. The goal isn't to be greasy, but to provide a nourishing film. This is also why gently applying some of the oil to the scrotal skin can be incredibly beneficial for overall skin health and comfort, as that skin is particularly thin and prone to dryness. Consistency is, once again, the most important factor. Doing this every night reinforces that protective barrier and gives the skin a chance to truly heal and rehydrate. Ultimately, comfort is the key to confidence. I had a patient, David, a 72-year-old retired teacher, who told me this was the most unexpected benefit. He said, "Doc, I was focused on performance, but what I got was comfort. I'm just not worried about chafing or irritation anymore." He said being free from that minor but persistent physical discomfort allowed him to just be more relaxed in his own body. And he discovered a simple but powerful synergy. He stopped using harsh, deodorant-style soaps in that area. He switched to a gentle, unscented, pH-balanced cleanser in the shower. He said that simple switch, combined with the nightly oil application, eliminated the dryness and irritation he had just accepted as a normal part of getting older. It's a small tweak, but it made a world of difference for him. So, to quickly bring everything together, we've learned that, through consistent nightly use, castor oil isn't a magic fix, but it is a powerful, natural tool to support your body in 5 key ways. We're talking about supporting circulation, softening stiff tissue, reducing silent inflammation, nourishing your nerves, and hydrating your skin. But knowledge without action, that's just entertainment. So here is your simple 3-step action plan. Your doctor's orders for this week. First, purchase a bottle of high-quality, cold-pressed, hexane-free castor oil. It's a very affordable investment, about $10 to $15 for a bottle that will last you for months. Second, commit to the 2-minute nightly massage ritual. Do it for the next 14 days. I want you to put a reminder on your phone or mark it on your calendar right now. Make it real. And third, while you're at it, please schedule that long-overdue checkup with your own physician. Remember, everything we've discussed today is a powerful, supportive tool, but it is never a replacement for professional medical care. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I'm too tired at night. Or maybe, this whole thing sounds a little strange. But listen, it's just 2 minutes. That's less time than it takes to brush your teeth. And for a low-risk, very low-cost experiment. The potential reward for your vitality and your confidence is truly immense. Remember my patient, Robert. After just 2 months, he came back to my office and he told me something I'll never forget. He said, "Doc, it's not about trying to be 20 again. It's about feeling strong, feeling present, and feeling like us again with my wife." This small action, this 2-minute ritual, it's about reclaiming that vital connection and your sense of independence. So if this video has given you even a small spark of hope, please do me a favor and hit that like button right now. It truly helps the channel. And more importantly, if you are committing to this simple routine with me, I invite you to join our community. Go down to the comments section right now and write 2 simple words. Day 1. This is your public commitment to yourself and a way for all of us to support each other on this journey. Thank you for investing your valuable time with me today. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss my next video, where we'll be discussing 3 common breakfast foods that could be silently draining your energy every single morning. Until then, stay informed, stay strong, and own your health.